Well, alright guys, once again starting the week off right. We got all the windows picked up, which was a bit of a fiasco to say the least, because they were unsure if they had all of them. But we found them, we eventually found them. So I picked up 11 windows. We got 10 back here and 1 in the back of the truck. We lost some plastic on a few of these. Luckily, I didn't even realize that we had hardware in here. So luckily we didn't lose any of that hardware while the wind was blowing around, because as you can see, the plastic was definitely blowing around on this top one. But everything made it home just fine. That's why they say use a covered trailer. Hence, you wouldn't have any of this plastic blowing around. But yeah, we made it back to the garage. I think for today, it's getting late in the evening. I'm just gonna unstrap everything, kind of let everything free float. I'm take everything out of the truck, put it onto the trailer, then I'll cover this trailer with a tarp for now, and then eventually we'll get everything into the garage and call it quits. But beautiful windows, man. Once we start moving them around, I'll show you, but they're definitely unfinished. I asked for unfinished windows, so definitely going to need some finishing, but man, do they look pretty. And you can see this is kind of an outside. This one's kind of open, but I got some smudge here, but yeah, this is going to be the color. It's a black finish with a wooden window. As you can see, these are crank style windows. That's a up and down window, but this is the crank style for the bigger windows. And we have, I do believe there's 5 of them. No, is that right? Yeah, 5 of that style. We have 4 of actually we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that style too. That can't be right, because I think we got like 3 and 2 and 1 and then 5. So there's a bunch. Anyway, we found them all. We got the right windows. Man, I'm happy. We have an entire house out here, to my knowledge. Anyway, as far as I know, this is an entire house. Everything to build the skeleton, I guess exterior, even interior walls. We have that too. We just don't have a place to put it. But y'all, we got the windows. Cool. Well guys, we got all the windows in the garage, and we even have some room. I was a little worried about the room once we got the windows in, but yeah, not bad. And they're out of the weather. They're inside in a climate conditioned garage, which is nice. We did have to like pile up some other stuff to make some room here, but they're in here, and that's what matters. And man, do these things look pretty. They look so good. Super happy. There's a little bit of differences between these windows. I want to say all of the big windows are crank open. So they crank open. And the smaller windows are actually open. As you can see, they're all wood framed with a metal casement, if you will, casing for the outside. This is the small window for the kitchen, or maybe even the bathroom, I think. Maybe, one of the two. I think it's the kitchen. And then these are more of the same. I don't call it a roll-up window. There's a word for that, but they're the windows. And yeah, that's our big dog, big glass sliding door. So all together, 12 openings, with 2 doors, so 14 openings into the house, which is going to be building them walls is going to be fun. So yeah, I'm happy. One more thing in the plus for this week. Awesome. All right. So what's the plan for today? I guess the plan should be we're going to try to get a pad ready for the wood boiler. So a little update on the wood boiler. I'm going to go ahead and pull the trigger. I found another company that is more reasonable in price, I guess. And we're going to make this happen. So my goal is next week to go pick this boiler up, but we got to get a pad ready for concrete. I don't want to leave that thing on the trailer forever. It is quite a distance. We're gonna have to drive a little ways to go get this thing. And then they may not have every part and piece that we need. So I order from somewhere else and I just pick it up locally. Today I'd like to get this pad built due to the fact that the plumber is going to stop by tomorrow and start work on Wednesday. So I won't be around on Wednesday because I'll be down south picking up a boiler. So he wants to stop by beforehand so we can get a good plan of attack for the house. So if he has any questions, he's got everything on paper because I won't be around. So once he's done, concrete's coming in. Well, soon after. We'll get everything laid out for the underfloor heating stuff. We got to do that first. But there's a good chance that they can pour this concrete slab the same time they pour that concrete slab, which would be phenomenal. And we'll do it all together at one time. I don't know if this is a big enough area. We may have to slice and dice a few more trees in here just to make this area a little bit bigger. But this is definitely the area I want to put it in orientation to the house and the garage. So the garage is a little catty corner to me. The house is right in front of me. I mean, this thing is pretty pricey. The system altogether is a fairly big chunk of cash. However, that means our heat bill will be this much, besides the hard work it takes to keep it filled and all the maintenance that has to do with the boiler itself, and then the cutting the wood throughout the years. So basically it's cost me hard work. So let's get to digging. Let's knock this out and we'll see how it goes. I gotta get a measurement, get a good slab. Okay, we got her all squared up. It's that was first try and that was square. I don't know if I'm just lucky or I'm just good. But you can see it's not very level up in here. We're gonna have to do something to keep this pretty level. I think this corner's fairly high. We're gonna have to take some out, but it's not looking too bad, but we definitely got to get some forms. We're gonna have to grab some lumber from the pile over here because I don't have any, and get this thing all leveled out and squared up, or at least framed out. We don't need to go very deep. I mean, I'm going to put some 2-inch foam insulation under this slab. It's recommended since we do have a frost. We have frost line, keep it from cracking, and I don't know, we'll give it a look-see. But I'm kind of, this pad is bigger than it needs to be. It's roughly 3 feet wider, maybe a little over 3 feet wider, and a little over 3 feet, almost 4 feet longer. So once the boiler's in here, we have a little bit of overhang on the slab that we can sweep off, and if we need to get in there and do any maintenance, we have a bit of a platform to work off of. Let's get some wood out. Let's see how level it's going to be, where we need to dig, where we don't need to dig, where we just throw some stuff on the outside. We'll figure that out. It's gonna come out the side. But that's what our pad's gonna look like. All sloped and nasty like that. Yeah, we'll leave her that way. I'm just kidding. We're gonna go ahead and dig out the high spots, fill in the low spots, and we'll level this out real nice. All right, looking good. Looking good. Looking good. And looking good. All right, guys, that means we are all level. And then you want to have like a 4 to 6 inch concrete slab, so with 2 inches of foam. So we can go 4 is our minimum. I'm guessing we're going to try to go to 4, but we got to clean out a little bit of this. As you can see, we got a lot over here left, so we'll get the foam down and then we'll pour the concrete over the top with the rebar and all that jazz. So what we need to do is kind of level this off, so we got about 6 inches, or about, let's say, 2.5 inches below the 2x4, which will give us enough clearance to put a 2-inch foam board, and then we'll cover it with concrete with some rebar. But man, it's looking good. It's looking so fine. I did have to raise this side up a little bit because it was getting too high in that back corner. So the further I dug down, the more we were up into that hill. So I lifted this side up to match this side. So as you can see, it should be, we can fill it in around, and then we'll get gravel in here as well to fill around. But yeah, I think it's going to work out great. We just got to do a little bit more digging and press on. All right, that's her. Looking good. It's looking pretty promising. We got Some places are a little deeper than others. I think we probably should fill in a little bit in here. It's a little more shallow in that corner, a little deeper in that corner. We got a little bit to do, but we can fix that by throwing gravel up in here. So we'll throw a few wagon loads of gravel in here just to get a nice bed for it. And then we'll have to go buy some foam, I think. I do have a couple pieces over here, but I don't feel like unwrapping them. So, plus I don't want the foam to blow away. So, we got time. Plus, these guys are gonna throw foam on the pad. We can ask them to throw foam in here when they pour the slab. But yeah, she's looking so good. We'll get a few loads of gravel in here to level it off, and enough to put some foam in there and some concrete. I like it. Let's do this. Well, hey guys, it's been a great week out here, kind of slow, maybe a little bit slower than normal. A lot of logistics, so a lot of phone calls, a lot of here, there, trying to get everything planned, because right now we're moving forward fast. So we got the plumber coming on Wednesday to start digging. I don't think he'll lay pipes on Wednesday, probably Thursday, but they're going to try to get this finished. It's pretty windy today, so we got... these things are making a lot of racket. So this week we picked up the windows. We completed the house. That's everything we need to get the house built. We dug our spot here for the wood boiler, which I am going to pick up on Wednesday, which is so awesome. Therefore, we'll get this piped in. The well folks still have to come in and put their pipes in the supply line from the well to the house, which was another more logistics because the plumber's here. I'd like these guys to get out here while the plumber's here, and he can kind of tell them where to put their stuff, you know, once they get it into the slab, where it's coming in, because the plumber matters. So other than that, I mean, the wood boiler was a lot of logistics, trying to find a place, doing the research. So there's been a lot of research on boilers this week, reviews on certain types of boilers versus this boiler, and this one's cheaper, but is it as good a quality? It's been crazy. So there's been a lot of research on boilers this month, or this week, actually this whole month. But really, we're gonna head in. We're gonna go ahead and get a good look at a boiler, and if I'm 95% sure we're gonna come home with a boiler tomorrow. But the pad is ready. Well, kinda ready. We still need to get some foam in there, and then we got to get some concrete in there. But we're getting there. So the boiler will be here Wednesday. The pad I might pour myself, or we'll wait on this one, depending on how fast the plumber finishes, because once they get the foam in there, we have to run our lines for underfloor heating. So there's a lot of stuff going on. Next week should be a pretty crazy week. Busy compared to the last couple weeks where it's been kind of, maybe I don't want to call it off season, but it has been kind of just completing loose ends that need to be done, but just we haven't had time. Now we're gonna have to start the building process. One, I want to get this boiler set up because I really want to use that this winter to heat the garage, and we're gonna get our lines in here soon for the house. So before winter, we need to get a good pile of wood. We need to get our boiler set up. We need to get all the lines run. We need to do all the manifolds, the pumps and relays and mixing valves, and we got a lot of stuff to do with the boiler system before it's up and running. Plus we need to get ready for winter, which is right around the corner. We're already in October, so we got to get the generator prepped and ready just in case we need it to run power, because the solar is just not doing it. But the solar has been nothing but amazing. So through the summer we'll kind of get a good look out of what she's going to do during the winter. But just in case we have to have that backup, we have to be ready. We still need to get another 100 gallons of propane just in case we have issues with the boiler. We need to have that secondary heat. We need to make sure that we're good there. There's a lot to do. Next week's going to be a busy week. If not, the following month will be a pretty busy month. But thanks guys for watching. You guys are amazing. Thanks for the support. If you're not subscribed, it's easy, man. Just hit the button. It's that easy. Just hit the button. See you next week. Have an amazing week, because I know I am. Peace.